Hello and welcome to Magic Mondays episode 12 on the 29th of November 2010. We've got a great show for you today, so we're going to crack on with the news from Merlin theme parks and attractions. It's the closed season. There's not been much news coming around lately because, of course, it's the closed season. There's not much news been happening, but there is still rumours going around with that Shrek 4D is confirmed and the new land is going to be coming to Alton Towers next year. It's not been confirmed by Alton Towers or DreamWorks, but it's pretty much confirmed by the amount of stuff we've seen. We've seen theming, we've seen work going on in that area, and of course the area is sort of doing a retheme because it was like, I think it was opened like 15 years ago, so it's a long time for an area to be running. And also we are still waiting for the plans for Thorpe Park's 2012 coaster to be released. Hopefully they should be released this week. When they do, we're going to have our mini site open for the theme park, for the new ride. That's about it for the news this week, so now we're going to head over to the site news. Not much has been happening on the site because of course it is the closed season and we have been working behind the scenes to get the new relaunch ready. Over the last couple of weekends I've been working on a new Live feature so we can have live updates coming from theme parks next year. This is going to be debuted on the Thorpe Park Media Day. Well, hopefully we should be having a meet as well, so anyone that can't attend the meet will still be able to see what we're up to by watching our live stream, sort of like Towers Nerd Live. We're going to be testing this when we relaunch the new site, which will be in the hours leading up to midnight on December the 31st of this year, because of course the new site is launching at midnight, so you'll be able to see some sneak peeks of the site and also our last little updates which we're doing. Hopefully we shouldn't have to do much before it launches because it should all be done before then. But if we're working away, still working on a section for the site, 10 minutes before it's about to launch, you'll know about it by the live stream. So keep an eye out for that on the forums. That's about it for the site news this week. Now we're going to head over to Coaster Pop. Last week in Coaster Pole I asked you what is your top 5 Merlin flat rides, so rides that don't run on a track, that are just sit in one area. At number 1 was Rush in joint first place with Samurai, and then there was in joint second place is Vortex and Ripsaw, and then in 5th place, I suppose you could say, yeah, 5th place was Slammer. Rush had 7, we'll call them likes. 7 likes, Samurai had 7 likes, Vortex had 6, Ripsaw had 6, and Slammer had 5. So it obviously proves that Rush is one of your favourite flat rides, and I totally agree with that list. Yeah, I do. I agree with that list. That's just how I'd put it. This week I'm going to ask you, what are your top 5 Merlin attractions or theme parks? So, do you think Alton Towers is your best, or do you think Sea Life Weymouth is your best, or something like that? So yeah, leave them in the comments below. Now we're going to head over to the bit that I always mess up, your opinions. Last week I asked you, do you think that Merlin Entertainments will ever take over Blackpool? And we got a lot of responses over this, and I'm pretty certain people don't think it's ever going to happen. Theme park fan says, I don't see the Blackpool Pleasure Beach takeover happening. There still seems to be a large amount of investment going on in the park. It would be great if it happened someday, but right now I don't think it could be the right decision for Merlin. Alton Towers Freak says, I hope that Blackpool Pleasure Beach will be owned by Merlin someday because I would like my annual pass to cover the entry, and I've never been before. Mike44, I would love Merlin to take over Blackpool, but I can't see it happening in the near future. Thrill Seeker Matt, would they be allowed to take over Blackpool Pleasure Beach? No other theme park would stand the chance of competing in the UK, and Merlin would have the monopoly. But it would be awesome to happen. Mr. Rick Roll says, I don't think Merlin will take over the Blackpool Pleasure Beach because, one, it's a totally different type of park compared to all the other ones. Is it? It's still a theme park. I think it's doing well for itself, and it's slowly turning into a nice park and the new land and all the trees and plants. I've never been to Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I would like to get there sometime soon to see whether it is actually a dump or it is actually quite a nice park. So I'll have to try and get there at some point. And the Loft TV says, I hope Merlin do take over Blackpool as it is modernish park, and it will make it much more popular with the tourists and boost Blackpool's economy, which currently stands at one of the most declined seaside resorts in the UK. Small Funny Guy says, I don't think they will, but I would like to see it happen. What? Sorry, I said that wrong. I don't think they will, but I think they will make it good, and they might make a new theme park. Rez, I don't think Merlin will ever take over Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and I'm okay with that. When I went this year, I had an absolutely fantastic time. Can't wait to go back in 11. Got that wrong there. So there was your review answers. This week I'm going to ask you, what new flat rides, you've got to say what the make and what the type is and where it will be, would you like to see at Thorpe Park in the near future? Because of course the medium-term development plan highlighted areas for about 5 new or replaced flat rides. Or am I getting that confused with Alton Towers? I don't know. Well, all I know is they're going to get some new flat rides. So what do you think they will be? Leave that in the comments below along with your coaster poll, and I will see you next week in episode 13 on the 6th of December 2010. So thanks for watching. Remember to head over to the forums and website and sign up, and remember to subscribe. We're also on Twitter and Facebook. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next week.